Malaysia, we have this well-awaited webinar for Study MBBS programs in Malaysia. We have a good speaking team today, so I'll ask everyone to introduce themselves. It'll be easier to make sure that we know we are and how we are going in. So over to you, Pramila. Thank you for joining in.
Hi, thanks, Bharat. So my name is Pramila. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Newcastle University Malaysia. And I've been with the university for the last 15 years. And one of the areas that I oversee is student recruitment and admissions. Thanks, Bharat.
Thank you. Raja, over to you.
Hi, everyone. So I've been in the education industry since 2009. I'm based here in Malaysia. I'm the regional partner of RBS Intellect and the founder of StudyWaves. So anything you want to know about Malaysia, feel more than welcome to ask me.
Great. We have Sun now. Sun, over to you.
Hi, this is Sun. I'm based in Auckland. I'm a licensed immigration advisor. I've been doing this immigration work for New Zealand for quite some time. And lately we have quite a bit of interest to come to Malaysia, especially to study medicine. So today we'll talk about studying in Malaysia instead.
Great. I think what we'll do is that we will have a short debrief about Malaysia as a destination. We'll play the slide between Raja and Sun, and then we have a presentation about NUMed from Pramila. So over to you, Raja. I'll be moving the slides for everyone.
Okay. If you guys don't know, Malaysia is quite large. It's slightly smaller than Germany and Japan, and it is significantly larger than UK and New Zealand, and also South Korea. There's approximately 33.5, and I believe now it's increasing, 33.5 million people, and 4 million are internationals. Very diverse, very diverse. Okay, you can see the map there, Malaysia, and there are it's in between the South China Sea. Okay, Malaysia is a tropical country. And it has over 42 islands. So for those that really like to go and go hopping to explore islands, it's a great place to explore. Also for hiking, beautiful beaches, and it's low cost of living. It's a beautiful growing economy here. If you don't know, Malaysia is not only diverse, but it's a melting pot of cultures. There's a blend of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and also Western influences. A lot of nationalities also have come to Malaysia and blended in. English is widely spoken, so if you're lost anywhere, don't worry. Mostly everyone speaks English here. Even the signs are in English, so no, don't worry about that. Malaysia is very safe and a friendly country. It is actually ranked 19th out of 163 countries. In Asia Pacific, it is the third safest after New Zealand and Singapore. So there's low rates of violent crime. There's safe public transportation, and in every campus there's security. So you'll feel in not only the campuses but also the accommodation. So it's very safe in sense of you won't feel like someone's going to come rob you. There's security all around. It has a very good reputation being a student-friendly and welcoming country. Okay. Now the fun part. The fun part. Every corner of Malaysia, there's something to discover, something to explore. So for those that love snorkeling, hiking, sightseeing, and foodie, I'm one, you'll be really happy here because in Malaysia there's food from all over the world. I mean, and not only that, you'll have people coming here from Thailand and saying the restaurants here are really great. Even their Thai restaurants are are delicious, sometimes even better. So you'll have you have Indian cuisine, you have Malaysian cuisine, you have Japanese, you have Korean, you have Western, Italian, all different, and Chinese, Japanese, everything that you like, and many, many fun things to do. So for those that are coming to study, you also have fun, a lot of fun things and adventures to do. Okay? Now, the key thing here is why study in Malaysia? Well, I did touch base here. It's multicultural and safe. So other than having that whole blend of diversity, it is one of the safest countries globally. 2, and most importantly, English medium of education. You come, you study here, you're not studying in Malay, you're studying in English. So that is the number. I mean, it's a daily communication in the private universities. 3, affordable tuition and living costs. I mean, everyone after COVID wants to save money. So Malaysia is, compared to US, UK, Australia, the costs are significantly lower. It's amazing. From accommodation to the tuition, you're saving a lot of money. 4, world-class education. So you're getting your degree here in a UK university or even in an Australian branch campus, and you're getting it directly here. So your certificate comes directly from UK. And that's it from me, from my end. Over to you.
Great. What I'll do is that I'll just put the presentation of Newcastle and then probably we'll go on. I mean, we are seeing a bit of difficulty for people joining in. Actually, we are trying to move in, but great. Thank you everyone for joining in. We'll just make sure that we are going towards the recording also. Thank you. Here we go. We are into the. Over to you, Pramila. Thank you for waiting for everyone. Here you go.
Thanks, Bharat. Thank you so much. And thank you, Raja, for that introduction to Malaysia. I think the one thing I'd like to add is for every Malaysian, the first thing you ask, you do not ask about the weather. When you meet another Malaysian or anyone else, you never ask about the weather. It's always about, have you eaten? What did you eat today? So food is an important element in Malaysia. So thank you so much. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. As I have introduced myself earlier, my name is Pramila. I'm the Chief Operating Officer, and I'm going to share why Newcastle University Medicine Malaysia, NUMed, is more than just a medical school. It's actually a global gateway to a UK education, recognized worldwide and delivered right here in Malaysia. So NUMed is a branch campus of Newcastle University upon Tyne in the UK, and the degree that we offer or confer comes directly from Newcastle University UK. It's not a Malaysian degree. So you graduate with a UK qualification but without the full UK course. We have over 800 students that are from more than 29 different countries. And this diversity creates a truly global learning environment, and it provides you with lifelong networks. So our MBBS program is recognized both by the GMC, the General Medical Council of UK, and the Malaysian Medical Council as well. Next slide, please, Baron. So why Newcastle University? Let's look at our global standings. Newcastle University is ranked in the global top 140 and top 100 for medicine by the QS World Rankings. We also hold the Queen's Anniversary Prize for Research Excellence. We are part of the Russell Group, which is a group of UK elite research universities, which means that we provide cutting-edge science and global and strong employability. Next slide, please. So we are located in Johor. So we are right at the southern tip of Peninsular Malaysia. We are closer to Singapore. We are only about an hour away from the Changi International Airport in Singapore, and about half an hour away from the Senai Airport, which is our local airport in Johor Bahru. So for students who are traveling in, this is really a good opportunity. It's not too far from where you are, and the connectivity makes it really ideal. So EduCity is a vibrant education hub with modern facilities, and it provides a really safe, student-friendly environment. We also have accommodations, which is about 5 minutes away from the campus, and which is really secured, and it's designed for student life. Okay, so let's go on to so this is our location. Yeah, this is where we are located, and let's go on to our programs. So what do we offer? Next slide, please, Barrett. Yeah. So we provide 3 programs. We are very niche in that sense. So we have a Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, which is an undergraduate program, a Bachelor of Science Honours in Biomedical Sciences, and a foundation program in Biological and Biomedical Sciences. We will also be introducing 2 new programs in 2027, which is a Bachelor's of Science in Sports and Exercise Science, and a Bachelor's in Science in Data Sciences. So those are the 2 new programs that we will be offering in 2027. Right. So in terms of our pathway, generally there's 2 ways where students can come on. The first one is if you come onto our foundation program, then you will proceed to the undergraduate MBBS as well as the biomedical sciences degree. However, we also do take on students who come in directly onto our undergraduate programs. Next slide, please. Right. In terms of entry requirements, so for MBBS, we are looking at if you are looking at A levels, we are looking at ABB, and the subject combinations should be biology, chemistry, physics, or mathematics. ATA score, we're looking at 85, right? For biomedical sciences, we're looking at A levels BBC, again biology, chemistry, and the third subject can be any other subject. So we also accept students who come in with, let's say, psychology or any additional subjects, right? And for biomedical sciences, the ATA score is 17. In addition to this, English proficiency is essential. So can we move on to the next slide, please? Yeah. So we are looking at for MBBS, we are looking at IELTS 7 with no components being less than 6.5. Or for biomedical science, we're looking at IELTS 6.5. Okay, so next slide, please. Next slide, please. Right. So for MBBS, what happens, once you graduate? Now, our MBBS program is actually recognized, like I mentioned earlier, by the UK General Medical Council and the Malaysian Medical Council. We are also recognized by other councils, such as the Australian Medical Council. We are recognized in Pakistan, in Maldives, Mauritius, Jordan. We are also in the World Medical Directory, so which means that our degree is recognized throughout the world. Right? Next slide, please. Okay. Upon completing so what makes us unique? As a branch campus, we are the only institution outside of Malaysia, outside of the UK, that offers a UK medical licensing assessment. Now, this is a prerequisite for anyone who wishes to work in the UK. So it is a national licensing exam, and students will generally sit for these exams in their final year. So the exam, the assessment is mandatory for those who wish to obtain their General Medical Council registration and those who wish to work in the UK. So applications will start in their final year, and you will sit for the UK MLA in around, so our academic year starts in September, and you'll be sitting for your exams in January. By March, you will actually know if you have provisionally obtained a place in the trust in the UK, right? Now, for like I mentioned, we are the only institution outside of the UK that offers the UK medical assessment. Next slide, please. Okay, so for MBBS, it's a 5-year program. You do all 5 years in Malaysia, but we do have opportunities for students who wish to work in the UK, and they end up doing their foundation year. I am pleased to say that at least 80%, and that's the minimum number of our graduates who actually apply and get their placements in to do their foundation training in the UK. Generally, the other 20% are our Malaysian students who wish to continue their training in Malaysia. Okay. So biomedical sciences. So our biomedical sciences is meant to equip students with the opportunity of taking up research roles. So a number of our students go on to become clinical specialists. They become, they are research technicians, and quite a number of them end up doing their PhD. So the sectors employing bioscientists include the pharmaceutical sector, education, healthcare, chemical, scientific writing, and R&D. Next slide, please. So the estimated cost for international students, tuition fees, so let's say we're talking about MBBS, the tuition fees is about 55,000 dollars, New Zealand dollars, or about 48,000 Aussie dollars. And for biomedical sciences, it is about 23,000 New Zealand dollars and about 20,000 Aussie dollars. Now in Malaysia, the tuition fees does not include the 6% sales tax that all international students would need to pay. So this is not inclusive of that, right? Average cost of living, actually Malaysia is very reasonable. So cost of living including accommodation can come up to about 1,100 Aussie dollars, right? As compared to the cost of living in the UK, which is about 2,500 to about 3,000 Aussie dollars. Okay, so awards and discounts. So for students who come to us with high scores in their foundation, in their O levels or equivalent, and take on the foundation program, we do have bursaries that ranges from 50% to 100% of discount on that foundation year when they progress onto their undergraduate program. We also have a Vice Chancellor's Merit Award, which is a progressive award for students who are continuing to their next academic year. And this is 10% of the tuition fees, the annual fees. So this is given to the top 10% of our students, both from the Malaysian and the UK campus. Now I'd like to add that in general, our Malaysian students studying on the Malaysian campus actually fare better in exams as compared to our UK students. So you'll see a lot more Malaysian students achieving that merit award. And for MBBS, when you achieve 5 years continuously of merit, your final output would be that you would have graduated with a distinction award. So consistently merit across the 5 years, right? Okay, so these are our key dates, application dates, as well as intake dates. Now for the next part, I think I'll hand over to Bharat.
Thank you very much, Pramila. What I'll do is that, so guys, we would like to have people to ask questions in the Q&A box. At the same time, if you wanted to ask question by talking, you're welcome to do that. Please raise your hand, and I'm happy to open the floor to ask direct questions. We know we have some technical glitches going on. We'll try to make it better for the outcomes. So just give me a minute, and I'll open the remaining slides, so it'll be easier to go in and take it forward. Thank you. So Raja, will you like to cover the basic admission visa process? You're on mute, Raja, so can't hear you.
I was going to say my other favorite part. Okay. So Malaysia is not complicated in terms of the visa as long as you follow the requirements. So I will start, it's a simple process. It's not complicated like other countries. It's very simple. Step number 1, you provide us with the academic results, your passport copy, and please, clear copy. Sometimes you don't take a clear copy, so please beware, it will be rejected if it's not clear. English test, as Pramila was mentioning, of course, you have to have your English results. You're going into medicine or any of these programs, you have to have English results. So IELTS, PTE, TOEFL, you have to have your scores. Upon registration. So if you do not have it, we can apply for a conditional offer letter without it, but then upon your registration, you should have it. Very simple. So if you want to know if you're accepted beforehand, that is very possible. So going back to the process, application form, yes, we'd like you to fill it out. And then your medical health declaration, which is only 2 pages, actually 1.5 pages, which declares that you have no disease, or you have, it's like a disclaimer. Then step number 2, you get your unconditional offer letter. Very simple. After that, you say, okay, I decided to go to this university. So then you pay the EMGS and enrollment or registration fee. EMGS is your visa fee. That is what it represents. And tuition fee can be paid after receiving the visa. However, like right after you receive your visa, you have to pay your tuition fee, which is for 1 year. All right. Then step number 4, your visa approval letter. How long will it take? Now here we said 2 weeks to 6 weeks, but to be fair, I would say 3 to 4 weeks, right, Pramila? Usually, if your documents are in order, everything is clear, then basically it will be a very easy process. And I also forgot to add your beautiful passport photo. That's it. So it's very easy steps. Okay. And
great. Thank you, Raja. I believe that's good. What we'll do is that we have some questions coming in, and I have some questions for Pramila too. I think, Pramila, we will try to make sure that we are in a good shape and taking forward. So for everyone, I'll be, again, if you can put your name, it'll be helpful. If you're putting as a non-resident, we just don't know that who is asking question. So going back, I think the first question, Pramila, is that any foundation courses to follow. I believe there is a foundation course if they don't reach the academic requirement. Is that correct?
Yeah, if they don't have the relevant A-level requirements or 8R requirements, then you can actually take on a foundation in science. Any foundation in science is acceptable. It has to be a 1-year program, right? And of course, you need to have the core subjects: biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics. So those are the core subjects that we would look for in a foundation certificate.
I'm just trying to make sure that I run past through Newcastle slides so people who have missed out on what we are and where we have done. This is, I believe, question coming from India. Is it important to give NEET for MBBS for Newcastle, which is an Indian entrance test formula?
Yeah. So it is important. Okay. Now for Indian nationals, there is a bit of a it's slightly more complicated, right? Now, if you intend to go back to India to practice, then that's going to be a challenge, because one of the requirements under the the Medical Council of India is that you're required to ensure that you are able to do your internship or your housemanship training upon completion of your degree in the country that you have studied. But Malaysia, on the other hand, does not allow international graduates to do their housemanship or their internship in Malaysia. So what happens is a lot of our international, in fact, almost all our international graduates actually do their internship in the UK. So if you're an Indian national, then that would also be a challenge, because it still means that you can't go back to India, because even though the degree is conferred by Newcastle University UK, but it's not where you studied, right? So you studied in Malaysia.
So you're recommending is that better go to UK and Australia? That's easier rather than going to India.
Yes.
Pramila, can I ask the same question, another leading question? Can they work in Malaysia after getting the Newcastle?
No, they can't.
So they have to go to a separate country.
Yeah. So they can. So they would need to either go back to again. It is they would need to go. I mean, the option is to go to the UK to practice, or to go back to their home country. Now, for certain home countries, you would have to sit for a qualifying exam. But let's say for Australia, for example, you don't need to sit for a qualifying exam, because the Australian Medical Council actually accepts the standard pathway. So the I-4.
If I ask another leading question, Pramila, on behalf, we can see there's one more question coming. That so if somebody has finished and have done MBBS and come as a doctor, currently the students which are finishing and graduating, so have you seen the student moving back to their home country, or they're going to UK or Australia, which is the primary country they're moving in?
Okay, so so we do have students who go back to their home country. Very few. Like I mentioned earlier, almost 80% of our graduates, including international graduates would be close to 100%, right? Who actually go back to who will do their foundation training in the UK. But we have students who have completed their foundation training in the UK and who have applied to work in Australia. So we do have a few of them who have done that.
Okay, so practically most of them either go to the home country, which is where they are approved. Yeah. Is that correct?
Yes.
Or UK is a preferred destination compared to Australia, or what do you think? UK is a movement.
The moment, because if you do not have, you see, with Australia at the moment, if you have not completed your internship or your foundation training, you would have to sit for the qualifying exams in Australia. Yeah. But if you have completed your foundation training in the UK, you don't need to sit for any qualifying exams. You can apply directly to the Australian Medical Council.
Great. So if I go to the next question, is that I believe this cutoff required of the program is, because there are limited number of seats. So if you get more seats or more applications than particular number of seat requirement, what happens in that case? Do we have some selection criteria?
Okay, so just to let you know, so for Malaysia, for Newcastle University Medicine Malaysia, we have every medical university in Malaysia is given an allocation of how many number of seats that you can have for MBBS. So for Newcastle, it's 180 seats, right? So that's why we always tell students, apply early with your predicted results, or with your predicted results, apply with those results first. Secure your place, pay the deposit. Once you paid the deposit, your place is secured, right? And then we will convert from a conditional offer to an unconditional offer when you receive your final results, right? Usually what happens, so this year for students who came into the 25-26 intake, we have a closing date for all our international applications, and the reason for this is because of the visa application. Like what Raja said, it takes about 8 weeks to get your visa sorted out, and we need to get your visa before you actually study with us, right? So we have a cutoff date of mid-July. Yeah, correct. So mid-July is the cutoff date for those coming in September.
Great. So can I ask at the same time, currently what is the what's the mix of the students coming to NUMed Malaysia, and which are the country leading? I mean, I know Australia are there, New Zealanders are there. So which are the countries you're seeing more coming from?
Okay, so for this year, we received 60% of international students and 40% Malaysian students for our year 1 MBBS, right?
Okay.
But in total it's 50-50. 50% Malaysian, 50% international. Now, for the first time this year, the top country is actually Australia.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yes. In the past, India was leading, but these are Indian nationals. So when we say India, Pakistan, Sri Lankans, they are actually expatriates living in the Middle East. But like I said, this year for the first time, Australia is leading, and even we were wondering like, how is that even possible? But yes.
Yeah, I mean, that is, so we see the subcontinent nationals which are in different countries are the key here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So going back, the licenses are not valid in India. Is that correct? They need
it's valid in
India. Yeah.
Provided you are able to do your housemanship in Malaysia.
But that is not easier too. This is not easier. So if they do their housemanship in UK, that is not valid in India.
It's not valid in India. They will have to. So they can go back at some point, but probably after completing their specialist training.
Okay, so as you mentioned that if they get their license from Australia, I believe Australian license will be valid in India. I need to just check on that. So if somebody's saying that the license is valid in New Zealand or in Australia, they have to re-register again. Any comment on that?
Yeah. So
it's a bit tricky question. I know I know the bit more of the academic question if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it is.
And the licensing.
The licensing. So the licensing in India is a little tricky. It's very, very tricky. Yeah.
But students coming from Sri Lanka or Pakistan and other subcontinent countries is much easier. No issues.
No issues.
So this question from Kehan, closing date of application. So Kehan, we have the closing date. So if you're going for a foundation, that is 31st March and 17 July. MBBS is 17 July 2026. And biomedical sciences is 17 July 2026. Which is, again, there is a lot of time. But the same as what Pramila said, better you apply first. If you can get your qualification kind of logged in terms of your academics and all and your seat, why not? We have answered the question, is the license valid in New Zealand? How much time Malaysia visa take, which is 3 to 4 weeks, as Raja and Pramila both agreed on. Are you tied up with hospitals, and will you be able to help in the practice in those hospitals. So which is husbandship, if I'm not wrong. Pramila, is it correct?
Okay, so so there's two things here, yeah? Let me just clarify. When you're in the MBBS program, right, you have clinical practice in years 3, 4, and 5. So for years 3, 4, and 5, generally you would be practicing in the public hospitals or the government hospitals. And what happens is, we do encourage students. So usually what will happen is you will be paired up with other students who are able to speak in the national language, so that it helps with translation and things like that. So that's for years 3, 4, 5, and we use 7 different government hospitals, right? When you're applying for your graduation, when you're applying for your foundation training in the UK, the application will have to be done by the students themselves. So they will have to apply, and there is through a system called Oriel, and there's a list of all the NHS that you wish to go to. So you pick your top 5 of which NHS you're looking at, right? And everything is through the system itself. However, there will be a statement that's required by the university. In that sense, we will support that application.
Great. So there is a lot of support for students in term,
Of
because
course.
it'll be a bit of challenge, because this is expensive course, second it's a long term journey. So
definitely.
going back to this question, which is again a wonderful question. What's the pathway if they want to settle down in UK or Australia? And I believe soon you're welcome to add for New Zealand also. What do you think the pathways are looking like? So Pramila, to start, if you can add some answer.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, 80% of students actually end up in the UK, right? And I'm actually seeing more and more of my students or my graduates actually going on to do their specialist training even in the UK. So for example, I have got students who are, I shouldn't be using the word students, but I've got graduates who have gone on to do, to become specialists in places like London, places like Aberdeen, even in Ireland. So the opportunity is there because there is a shortage, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same everywhere. There is a shortage and there's a lot of opportunity. So the fact that you've got a UK qualification, that it in itself has got a certain amount of power.
Great. Before I go to soon Australia and New Zealand will be coming to you because you're expert in that area. Pramila, if the UK certified MBBS doctors, they can go to Europe easily. Is that correct? Or what's the requirement there? Or
Yeah,
no suggestion.
No, okay. So I would not be able to advise on that because I've not heard of any of my students or graduates going over to the Europe. But it's something that we can find out.
Great, thank you. Soon over to you for Australia and New Zealand, where we are. And how do you think?
Okay, Pramila, before that, I just need to ask Pramila some questions. Okay.
Sure.
So all the students who completed in Malaysia after 5 years, they will go to UK to do the licensing assessment, right? And after that, when they get provisionally registered with the GMC, they can't practice straight away. They still have to do the foundation year with the UK university, right?
Okay. No, so soon. So for the medical licensing assessment, that's done in their final year of their studies, right?
Okay.
They do it in Malaysia. They don't need to go to the UK to do it. Once they graduate, then that gives them the opportunity to work in the UK. So foundation training in the UK is 2 years. Upon completion of the first year, they then get their general medical council licensing.
So only 1 year.
It's 2 years, but upon completing of the first year, they already get their license, the full registration.
Okay, so they need to complete the 2 years, then they can become a general practitioner.
Yes.
Okay, so I think good. this is where once I become a general practitioner and a license with the GMC in UK, automatically they actually will be recognized by the Australian Medical Council. Okay.
Yes.
So similarly, because New Zealand and Australia are using the same, we are actually in the same length, in the same page, because New Zealand recognized Australians registration, Medical Council registration, and New Zealand also recognized a UK Medical Council registrations. Once they are, because these two countries have a similar applications and registration requirements. Okay, so technically, if they are able to register with the UK or Australia Medical Council, almost automatically, of course, you still have to apply to New Zealand Medical Council, but almost automatically, you'll be able to register with New Zealand Medical Council, and then you can practice in New Zealand. Okay, so I believe this is why there are so many Australians coming to study in NUMed, because Australian, despite they have many seats, but they're still limited in terms of their populations. Similarly, in New Zealand, we also have a very limited seat. We currently only have 2 universities offering seats, and the third one will be coming. But third one has a different pathway. That one, Waikato, is a graduate pathway, meaning that they have to complete the degree before they are allowed to do a medicine. So it's a slightly different pathway. Even with the new what they call it, med school coming up, maybe next 3 or 4 years, it will not resolve the problem, because the undergraduate will still lack the number of seats. So this NUMed will be a very, very good place in Malaysia to take up all those people who can't get seats in New Zealand.
So yeah, I think that's something you've been leading, that there's more better opportunity in Malaysia rather than going to Australia and New Zealand. And then the cost is the very different. So Pramila, the cost you're telling is comparatively very different it's like 50% less cost in Australia and New Zealand in Malaysia.
Yeah. Can I also add to that, which I should have mentioned earlier. Now, for international students, okay, imagine if you want to go to the UK to study medicine, you will need to apply through UCAS, right?
Yeah.
And places are limited. So for example, Newcastle University, right? You have got 444 places for medicine, but only 22 for international students. So imagine how tough the competition, how tough is the competition to get in to do medicine. Whereas at NUMed, you don't have that, you still have 60%. So we take on 60% of international students. You don't apply through UCAS, you apply directly to NUMed.
Great.
And it cuts,
It cuts the time, it cuts easiness, and cuts the competition which you're getting from other countries. So if I go here, there's a question coming from Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. So NUMed Malaysia, like you said, Pramila, Sri Lankan students who are coming from Sri Lanka and Malaysia, they are easily accredited in Sri Lanka, because they have done a UK they've got a UK GMC certificate. Is that correct?
Yes, but for Sri Lankan students, a medical university will need to be accredited by the Sri Lankan Medical Council. So we are now going through, with Sri Lanka, we are now going through our re-accreditation.
Okay, that should be not taking, soon can take 5 years, and by the time it'll be done. If that's correct. So that should be a good pathway. And same for Bangladesh. I remember that NUMed is approved by Pakistan Medical Council. So what about the Bangladesh? What happens there?
So for Bangladesh, we don't need to be registered with the medical council. The graduates can actually go back and practice in Bangladesh.
Great. So if I go down MBBS 5 years and UK pathway, and they can do a foundation year 1 in UK, is that correct? Or they can go back to
Okay, so the way it works, it's 5 years of studies in the university, 2 years of foundation training at the NHS Trust in the UK. Okay, that's your foundation training. So you must do that 2 years to complete, to get to ensure that you are then a fully registered medical practitioner.
Agreed. Now, I'm just trying to create a pathway for here, the UK pathway, and if you go to the other countries, they still have to complete the 2 years in UK before they go to their home country.
Not okay. So for Pakistan, no. So with Pakistan, you can actually finish your 5 years and then go and apply to work with the Pakistan Medical Council, because we're already recognized in Pakistan. The same way
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh as well, but Bangladesh, like I said, we don't need that recognition. Okay, the same with Maldives, the same with Mauritius, the same with Jordan.
Okay, so but for UK and Australia, they have to go for a foundation year 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So Pamela, can I ask if they were to finish the 5 years and then done the AMLA test and provisionally register with the GMC in say in UK, can they actually do their housemanship in Australia?
They don't need to, because if you're already, that means in order to come back to Australia, right?
Yeah.
If you have completed your 2 years of foundation training in the UK, you don't need to do.
Can they
after MBBS, after 5 years?
Yeah. Can they not do the foundation year in UK? Can they do their foundation year, say for example in Australia?
Yeah. If you do your foundation year in Australia, you have to apply through the medical council and you have to sit for whatever qualifying exams that's required.
So it's better to do a foundation year in UK in that case.
Yes.
So, we have another question here before we go in. So, this is Opeka from Sri Lanka, if I'm not wrong. Should re-accreditation of NUMed by SMC be complete prior to student to enroll in September 26, or it can be done after they finish the course?
No, actually, so we have to make sure that we get the accreditation through before you start.
Oh, okay. So, if they start the course and they get accreditation, then they will be not accepted. Is that correct?
Yes, but generally, I will be very, very honest. I will be truly transparent here. All our Sri Lankan students don't intend going back to Sri Lanka.
Oh, no, we know that. No, we totally agree. A lot of Asian students think that way. So, Pramila, we thank you for being transparent. But again, Opeka, for your reference, the answer is that yes, when NUMed is in process, so should be there by 2026 September. Yeah. But at the same time, there are options for going in UK. And we have seen students joining through us to other countries also. In UK, Australia is more priority. But then going to the European or Eastern European countries like Georgia or Russia and all, because they get more benefit out of UK and Australia in terms of their residence pathway. So again, for everyone, if you're going to 5-year MBBS, you can take a UK pathway, do foundation year 1 and 2 there. You don't need to do any housemanship in any other country if you get your certificate in UK. So that's one point clear. And again, if you do a 5-year MBBS and if you go to Pakistan, Bangladesh, Jordan, Thailand, Maldives, you can do your training or practicals in those countries. Is that correct, Pramila? They don't need to go for a 2 years in UK.
Yeah, correct. That's true.
And if I clarified for everyone, the foundation year 1 and year 2, the fees, you don't need to pay the fees different. Is that correct? It'll be same Malaysian fees. Or there's no fees.
Foundation year 1 and year 2, there's no fees at all. You get a salary because you're employed by the trust.
Yes. I just want to clarify on that a bit, because I was seeing that what salary we are getting from Pramila. We didn't answer anyway. So what is the salary we're expecting here? So I was trying to lead you to the salary question. How much salary student can expect if they're doing a foundation year 1 and 2?
I don't have the exact figures on hand, but what I can say is it's sufficient to live in the UK.
Okay. And people who have got their certification or GMC fully registered, granted, 80% of them are actually try to work in UK only. That is what we understand. But they can go to other countries too, wherever they wanted. And again, we know that Australian Medical Council accepts NUMed or a GMC. And I believe I've seen doctors coming from UK, coming to New Zealand also. So this is something which is a very clear pathway too. Coming back, the salary range is always higher in the European countries compared to Asian countries. Pramila will agree to that. I think I'm trying to see if there's any question we have missed out. I think we covered most of the question. Anything else, Pramila, you want to add here? The scholarships are great. Things are wonderful. from a student perspective, can they reach out to you and talk to you guys directly if they want it, or they should come through RBS only team? What is the situation here?
Not at all. So they can reach out to us directly, but what we would appreciate if you let us know that you attended the RBS webinar, which is really, really important to us, because we'd like to know where did you come from, how did you find out about us. But we'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have.
For everyone, we have offices in multiple locations. I mean, we will contact students who are interested in any case. We do apologize for the technical glitch that we had a good number of registration and we have only certain students joining in. But again, thank you, Pramila, for this session. It is wonderful. We will disturb you more because I believe we have some time. We have a lot of candidates, and again, it's Christmas and the New Year coming in. So we should be doing another webinar in early January or mid-January to make sure that we continue the momentum. We know that the requirements are pretty good. And Pramila, I know September, July is the cutoff date of admission. What you have seen that the seats are filled by what particular dates?
That's a really tough question. So it varies from year to year. But like I mentioned earlier, put in your application early, right? Put in your application with your predicted scores, and we'll take it from there.
Great.
The last thing that I'd like to add is we view every application, right? And every application is important to us. So we try not to turn anyone away by saying, "Oh, look, we are full. Sorry, guys. There's no more place for you." We definitely do not want to do that. So put in your application early and we will process it accordingly.
I think so. There's the last question which just came in, that if somebody is not meeting the AL results and they don't get the predicted grades, they can follow the foundation route.
Yes.
They don't need to go in. So, I mean, thank you very much for everyone. And thank you, Pramila. I know it was a very short kind of time which we were given to you. We have given to you to come to the webinar. But for everyone, thank you for joining in. We will be contacting everyone again who want to get more details. Our team will be coming and talking to you. Please reach out to us. Email us at hello@rbsintellect.com or info@studyways.my, if I'm not wrong, .co.my, Raja. So we are there to support you. We just want to make sure that we help you out as the whole journey. And again, from RBS perspective, we don't charge any fees for any student visa application for any country. And again, we look like Malaysia is where the destination we're looking in. Thank you, Sun. Thank you, Raja, for the time. Anything you want to add, you're welcome. Last 30 seconds, if you're okay.
Quick one, a really quick one. It's important for everyone to know that this is a very important degree. The degrees from Newcastle is recognized around the world. And what Bharat was saying is, we're free, so take advantage of us. We'll basically communicate quickly, apply for you for the visa, and ensure that your documents are right. So do take advantage of that one. That's it from me.
Okay, for those who are listening from New Zealand and Australia, please contact us. We can provide you more counseling, and then we'll guide you and we'll tell you all about Malaysia. And because I'm from Malaysia originally, so I know Malaysia quite well. So yeah, I'm happy to take all your questions.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful time, and we will be sharing the recording with everyone.